what if we took the idea of Amazon and got the vendors on there? This is the opposite way that Amazon was built. It's got something for everyone. You list your products, you decide how much money that you're going to price it at. Your content can go worldwide. Your courses can go worldwide. Your ebook can go worldwide, not just through your team, through the whole shopping channel.
Okay, everybody, it's Craig Schultz here, Shopley Influencer Pro, and I'm here doing a Shopley educational piece for another phenomenal brand that's come on board with Shopley called Energy Wave, and they're behind the products or Energy Wave products and based in Singapore, but they are a worldwide company. So there is Energy Wave worldwide. You'd be able to find them and look into them as a company, but they've been distributing all over the world for the last 8 to 10 years, and they've come up with some phenomenal technology. And today, what we're going to do is to dive deeper into these products, but talking directly to the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Geoff Bryant, and he's been in the space for around 40 years, specializing in testing energy products, and this has sort of been his life for the last 40 years. And we're going to be diving into these products, but most importantly, for many people out there, getting understanding and some background on why these products work, how these products work, to be able to give you more understanding, because there's a lot of phenomenal things happening in the world these days in regards to health, wellness, science. You've got the world of biohacking popping up that's really popular at the moment, and energy medicine, medicinal medicine, all these different areas coming together. And we're talking to a phenomenal doctor, 40 years experience in the energy wave space. So welcome to this episode, Dr. Geoff Bryant.
Thank you, Craig. And yes, Craig, my career did begin about 40 years ago in natural medicine. And even as a student, I was deeply fascinated by energy medicine, and I experimented with German electronic devices like the Theratest, Rife frequency generators, and even early microcurrent technologies, which were really precursors to today's modern Healy device. And 5 years ago, I was introduced to Energy Wave. And what I discovered was nothing short of extraordinary.
And look, I guess the best thing to do is start there, like energy medicine. What is it? And, the words out there is, probably everything in the world has a testing frequency and energy. And, if you break down science, everything is energy, and all energy can be transformed. Do you want to just start from a basis point of frequency and energy before we kick off into some more depth?
Well, Craig, every substance has a unique electromagnetic spectrum, where at the base level, we're comprised of atoms, neutrons and electrons, and those neutrons and electrons oscillate at a unique frequency. So no matter what substance was to be tested, whether that be a food, a physical substance like a mineral, you would find a unique electromagnetic spectrum. And people in general have a holistic energy spectrum that we can measure, and we can then quantify that measurement and then attribute a measure of health to that person.
And just to, I guess, expand on that a little bit more, if we were to be tested, for example, under the testing equipment, would we have one reading, or do different organs in the body have different readings, or different parts of your body have different readings? Like how does that work? And I guess in comparison, food would have a different reading, water would have a different reading. Like, is that sort of how it works?
That's exactly how it works. So to test our products, we use the advanced MORA bioresonance device, which is a German device. This device was actually developed by the scientists that discovered the bioenergetic feedback in humans. So we connect the person that we're testing to the MORA device, and we are able to gather feedback on the health status of that person. So we use the Mora device in its substance test mode. We take a measure of the health of that person on a scale of 1 to 21, where 1 is the best possible health condition and 21 is a near fatal condition. Then we introduce our product into the body's unique bioelectric system and then take another measurement by which we are able to determine the degree of improvement. And it's important to say that no medicine, I should say, or drug or therapeutic substance or device has ever shown an instant benefit when using this method of measurement. But to my astonishment, our energy wave products always indicate an improved measurement of between 1 to 3 points. And this demonstrates the absolute unique power of our products that, in my experience, is unsurpassed anywhere in the world.
And one of the questions I would always get asked about, when someone's diving in curiously to find out, and I would mention, there's been these double-blinded, randomized, placebo-controlled tests, and these scientists have done it. It's been published in the Lancet or wherever. They might go, well, I want to know more. What is bioresonance? You mentioned the German thing. We've also spoken in the past, and you said a nuclear physicist really understands this product and is amazed at what it does. What is it actually testing from, I guess, the life, I guess, the reading point of view, but how does that actually work?
Well, electronically, we enter into the person that we're testing's body signals. The signals may be from a vitamin, a mineral, a food, a device, or a product like our energy wave products. And then we get a feedback from that person, an electronic type feedback, whether that product is actually okay for that person or whether it is having a detrimental effect on their energy. And we can actually measure this using that measure of health that I described earlier. So, for example, if I had a patient and I tested them for their health status, and their status may be, for example, 4, which is an okay level, bearing in mind that 1 is the best, 21 is the worst reading. So let's say that person has some health conditions, and I think that perhaps they may have a food allergy. So I input some foods that I feel may be a problem. If that food is okay for them, the measurement will stay at 4. If that food is detrimental for them, the measurement may go to 9 or above, up to a level of perhaps 16, which would show an extremely damaging effect that person is experiencing from that food substance. And by this method, we're able to pinpoint allergic reactions and, in fact, reactions to almost anything. For example, I can place a mobile phone on the input device, and then those signals from the phone go into the human body, and then we can remeasure that person and see what effect that mobile phone is having on their system.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know, metaphorically speaking, but it's a good segue. You mentioned the word mobile phone, and it's been a concern of mine. I remember my granddad used to always, he was an electrician, he used to always say, be careful of electricity, you can't see it, and that's, you go and touch a live wire, you could be dead in seconds type of thing. But in modern society, with technology's improved, the technology that we use around us, such as Wi-Fi, is being introduced into society, but we can't see Wi-Fi. But you could Bluetooth a photo from your phone to your computer, and you basically just created that scenario there, and we've moved from a Wi-Fi signal 4 to a Wi-Fi signal 5, which apparently is 100 times more stronger, or whatever the number is, significantly stronger, but we can't see it. Does this does this sort of explain how energy works and how frequency works? And do you want to touch on that?
There are scientists and medical professionals that are extremely concerned about this very point that you raised, Craig. In fact, the telcos openly disclose that the harmful radio frequencies from mobile phones may cause cancer. If you go deeply into their product disclosure, you will find that written. So scientists today in that field are very concerned, and many are speaking out against potential dangerous effects of radio frequencies and harmful EMF frequencies from electronic devices.
So with your, say, testing equipment, for example, would that suggest that you would be able to go around and put it on your computer and put it on your phone and put it next to your microwave, put it next to your router and test different levels of frequency all throughout your house?
Definitely, yes. Definitely.
Cool.
Our EMF Shield is a standalone product. I've never seen anything of that power, and I've tested many shields that are designed to protect us. Our shield, we guarantee, is 100% effective in completely neutralizing the harmful effects that we may normally have from using those devices.
And while we're talking about that, we'll just dive into that product there, because this is a product, because I've read literature and that for many years, 5 or so years, on the impact of radiation and frequency from your mobiles, and you can't see it around you, but I guess the documentation's there to be alarmed and concerned. So I have bought many devices, but you don't see that actually working, blocking anything. It's just there. Like, for example, you've got that product there. You can't see that neutralizing the frequency and so on. So how does the technology work to be able to neutralize, say, an EMF style frequency?
Well, we charge the shield with scalar wave frequencies in our lab that has been certified by the Singapore government. Scalar waves on their own have been shown to improve the energy in living things. Secondly, we charge our shield with various substances of natural source that are known to protect and enhance the body's strength against the potential harmful effects of these frequencies. So this makes our EMF shield a unique product, a very powerful product. And this is of great importance to our company. And our revolutionary EMF shield is designed for mobile phones and electronic devices, offering unparalleled protection against those harmful radio frequency radiation.
And for someone like myself that, I'll listen to a doctor or a scientist speak about a protection for EMF, and whether I can see it or not, I'm the type of person to say, well, you've got nothing to lose by just applying it, because if I don't have the testing equipment, if it's doing what they're saying it's doing, it's got to be good. But if it doesn't, I'm in no different situation anyway, because I don't have one on, and it's continuing to have the radiation exposure. So I believe a product like this is the type of product that everyone should be putting on their phone, putting on their iPad, putting on their computer, putting on their microwave to reduce potential dangerous effects of EMF. Is that something you would probably agree with?
Absolutely. Craig, these dangerous frequencies are slowly killing us. We have neurosurgeons speaking out about the number of patients they see with brain tumors caused by radio frequency radiation. Our skin has microscopic and even larger droplets of perspiration. These actually act as antennas that absorb all these frequencies into our bodies. And if I have a patient that I'm testing for mobile phone danger, if I input the mobile phone frequencies into their body, I will always get a measurement of between 8 to 12 every single time. That is with a 3G phone, 4G phone, 5G phone. Now, if I have a patient in my clinic that reads between 9 and 16, those patients are generally experiencing terminal conditions.
Mm.
All my cancer patients and patients with serious diseases have a bioresonance reading of between 9 and 16.
Mm.
So the phone, when I input into the human body, is creating that very same level of health. So that those people aren't dying as quickly, but it shows the potential of the phone to cause them huge damage.
Mm. Cool.
This is a shockingly scary situation.
Yeah. And as I mentioned, you can't see Wi-Fi frequency around you, but it literally is. Every device is connected to Wi-Fi, and the amplified signal from 5G to 6G is not going up by double, it's going up exponentially as well. And I did listen to a telco company talk about this very topic, and their justification is, well, if we want to progress as a society and be able to deliver the right amount of internet, we have to keep progressing our signal. But a lot of these signals are not really necessarily tested from a safety perspective on humans. And time will tell how that story unfolds.
Yes. Well, in our lab, Craig, as you said, we have a very, very advanced laboratory where we create the scalar waves. And scalar waves are very unique. As they pass through space, they do not lose energy as they travel. In fact, they gather energy. And this is how we harness the power of scalar waves. We use an infusion process. We pass those scalar waves through carefully selected therapeutic herbs and nutrients, allowing them to absorb the beneficial frequencies. And we use holographic technology. Those frequencies are then imprinted onto the holographic discs and other carrying materials that we use in our healing products. And when applied to the skin, the holograms transfer the energy into the acupuncture system and the body fluids, delivering the health benefits at a cellular level. And this is a rapid transmission of energy and frequencies, Craig. It's an instantaneous movement of beneficial frequencies into the body. And this is unsurpassed in anything I've ever seen.
And just you mentioned scalar wave. That's a new terminology for someone like myself, even though I'm quite familiar with this. But I guess modern look, this is not new as well. Companies have been in energy medicine and so on for decades and decades and decades, and delivery system of health has either been through maybe a nutrition supplement or a gel or a juice, or this type of delivery mechanism is another way that we can deliver health to the body. Is that the hologram style delivery system? Is that new in delivery, or has that been around for a while?
It's fairly new. The use of scalar waves to imprint on wearable products is fairly new. The understanding of scalar waves has been around for, well, back into the 18th century, or the middle of the 1800s, I should say, when Nikola Tesla first stated that he discovered these frequencies. And Albert Einstein, some years later, actually agreed that those frequencies actually exist. And since then, it's been the subject of fascination amongst scientists. Even today, there are scientists working day and night studying these frequencies.
So let's just talk about some of your products. You have some wearable products. I'm actually wearing one at the moment, which is designed for exercise and increase your energy while exercising. So you got wearable. You've also got patches, one that I'm also wearing at the moment for detox, but you've got a variety of different patches as well. Do you want to touch on some of the products that Energy Wave have?
Sure. Well, we offer a diverse range of 20 transformative products, Craig. They're all designed to enhance well-being, boost energy, and protect against harmful environmental factors. we have a range of frequency shields. Holographic frequency shields are tailored to support specific health concerns, including hormonal balance, respiratory protection, detoxification, pain relief, stress and stress reduction and sleep improvement, enhanced physical performance, and also immune strength as well, which is a very important thing these days. So we have that range of 8 frequency shields that we attach to the body that utilize the holographic technology to move the frequencies that are stored in those holograms into the human body.
And on that, you mentioned the word Chinese acupuncture points, etc.
Yeah.
And while scalar energy, frequency, wave shields, this may seem science fiction to a lot of people out there from a delivery point of view, but certainly Chinese medicine and acupuncture and that has been very much, I think every person on the planet's probably laid down on their physio table or chiropractor table and had an acupuncture point messed with at some time in their journey. Is that sort of what it's trying to like tap into, providing the same sort of pathway breakthroughs that acupuncture would type to do?
That's correct, Craig. And yes, acupuncture is a well-established and accepted medical system these days, particularly in Asia and also now in the Western world as well. And many acupuncturists will attach a current, a microcurrent, to the acupuncture needles to further enhance by inputting stimulus into those acupuncture points. So we know acupuncture points can receive stimulus. That's why we recommend that our frequency shield may be put onto an acupuncture point so that the delivery is direct into the acupuncture system. But they will also work wherever you place it on the body through the body fluid systems, because we know that fluids are a vicious conductor of frequencies. As you mentioned before, the electricians know this well. And anybody that's had any involvement with electronics will know that the conduction of electricity and electronic signals into the body is a very real thing.
And for people out there that, they might take a nutritional supplement that, instantly they feel a difference or something like that. I asked you when we first spoke about, is it this massive charge of energy flowing through your body, or is there, has there been any side effects to be noted or anything like that? You mentioned it's subtle delivery to the body. Is that a good way to describe?
It's gentle, subtle, and instant. In fact, some scientists state that energy in the human body moves in a holographic way, in an instant exchange of energy. And you might talk about taste buds or sense of smell, how quickly when we taste something or smell something that our brain recognizes that. It's not a few seconds later, it's instant. And a lot of scientists state that this is a holographic transmission in the human body itself. And this is how quickly our products' frequencies enter the body and can have an instant effect. For example, I can measure that change in the body, in the person's measure of health instantaneously by placing one of our products onto the test plate and delivering the frequency into the human body. You get an instant change.
Yeah. And for people that are interested and excited about a product like this, you would place a shield on your body. How long would a shield last you? And you mentioned that, if it come off quickly due to like what happened to me, I went for exercise, I was sweaty, it come off there, you can actually reattach the same shield.
Yes. Some people have a more dry skin than others. Others perspire more readily, and that can cause the shield to not stay on the body as long. but we recommend that the person just wash carefully the area where they want to place the shield first so that it's dry and oil free to begin with. So my experience is that the shield stays on the average 1 week. With people that have more dry skin, it can stay on up to 3 weeks. If it falls off, simply replace it with another shield. And our packets of shields come with 18 individual shields in that packet. And also there's a small booster sticker that is a little bit larger that we can place over the top of the shield to keep it attached to the skin a little bit longer. As long as it is attached to the skin, it will continue to be beneficial.
And just you do have a variety of different products. So if
Yeah.
I was wearing the Max and the Detox Shield and the Vital, I think is that the immune system one, do they counteract against each other? How does that all work?
Most of them are compatible to be used together. We have one for rest and sleep, and we have others for energy. It's probably not a good idea to put the one on your skin for energy when you're wanting to relax at night and have a good sleep. So the two shields, the rest shield and the active shield, are best not used together. But all the others are completely compatible when used together.
Very good. And the delivery of the product, Energy Wave, is based in Singapore, and we do ship all over the world?
Yes, that's correct. And we provide free shipping anywhere in the world.
Very good. And I'm just trying to think of any last questions about the product. So the question that I would probably get is around side effects and that type of question is, yeah, you mentioned subtle in that. Is there anybody that you would recommend not to use it, or is there anything that people should know from that perspective?
Generally, Craig, the product's extremely safe. We don't recommend them for young children under the age of 4 because some of our products could pose a choking risk. And personally, my personal choice is for pregnant women. We don't recommend it, mainly because I believe that pregnancy should be a natural thing that just takes place, and I don't like to interfere too much if I have a pregnant patient. So I've recommended to the company that we don't use our products with or suggest that they'll be used by pregnant women. Not because they're dangerous in any way, but we just don't want to interfere at all with that development of the child. And we have, apart from the frequency shields, we have 3 wristbands, silicon wristbands, and though the silicon actually itself isn't charged and infused with the frequencies, and those frequency bands and wristbands with the silicon, they actually have an energy field of 3 meters in all directions. These are extremely powerful products. We have one for everyday use. We have one for sleep and stressful conditions, and we have one for any time of exercise activity or sport. And cool. These wonderful, wonderful products that are very, very popular.
And with that there, like say I've got the Max on there, and what's the difference between, say, that one of your shields or patches or whatever people want to refer to them as versus them? Is that just more that it'll last longer, or is it more powerful?
They will last longer because they're not actually attaching to the body. They will last at least 6 months. They are more powerful because the bands have 2 holographic shields underneath them, and the silicon itself is completely charged and has the ability to absorb and transmit the energy over a distance of 3 meters.
And just on your website, people, like, we're doing an interview just to provide as much information for people and education as possible, but you have done testing and there's a variety of educational videos on a website. Do you want to just give people that so they can go down the rabbit hole and look deeper into how the products work and so on as well?
Yes, we actually have some studies, scientific studies in a university in the US. Those studies are pretty available for people to look at. And our website is informative, and it's freely available for people to scan and use it as a reference point. We have many YouTubes as well that are easily accessible. There are a variety of YouTubes, and you'll have a lot of fun going through them. They're both informative and some of them are quite humorous. So feel free to look up Energy Wave Worldwide on YouTube, and www.ew-ww.com.
Cool.
Our website.
Yeah, and Energy Wave are launching on Shoply. Products will be able to be shipped all over the world. If you're really interested in this space, it's an exciting space. If you're curious but want to know more, feel free to go and do more research on the websites that Dr. Bryant just mentioned. And if you're passionate about your health, test a few products out. But the absolute no-brainer for me, because it frightens me what EMF does to the body that you can't see. Make sure that you get your shield to protect you on your phone and your other devices in the house as well. So is there any last things you want to add before we wrap this up, Geoff?
Well, in my opinion, Craig, Energy Wave products are unlike anything else in the world. They're designed to restore balance, optimize health, and protect against modern day stressors. And for those people who are ready to experience a new level of wellness, then Energy Wave, we believe, is the future of health technology.
From me, thanks, and really excited about this brand on Shoply, and looking forward to people all over the world experiencing what this product has to offer. Thanks, Dr. Bryant.
Thank you very much.